This season of anime is looking pretty great. The GOAT himself, Sid Kageno, Lord Shadow of Shadow Garden, has returned for season 2. Shield Bro has also come back for a third season. Let's just hope it's at least close to being as good as the first. We got some newcomers that are also looking promising that I might cover as well. But today we're talking about Ragna Crimson just aired its first episode, and right off the bat, we learned that this is a pretty interesting world, with power system rules that I haven't seen implemented this way before. So this is a world of dragons and humans. Dragons are the dominant species led by a being called the Dragon God. They're basically humanity's predators. They can eat people whenever they want, which they do. But there are people called dragon hunters who have the talent or will to fight and kill dragons. They accomplish this by using silver weapons, which can freeze them from the inside out, or they just die by sunlight. If this sounds kind of familiar, it's because these are the classic methods of killing vampires and werewolves. This is a pretty interesting way to use well-known established tropes and lore to create a new and unique world. So remember I mentioned there's some people born with dragon killing talent? One of these people is this 12-year-old girl named Leo. She's a prodigy and the strongest in the city, who's killed the most dragons as well. Her partner is our MC, Ragna, who doesn't possess any sort of talent. He does train hard to try and be useful to her before he inevitably gets eaten by a dragon, but one of his problems is that he idolizes this little girl as his hero. He sees her as someone who can never lose or be killed. He starts to find out that he's mistaken, because his future self starts appearing to him, showing him visions of what's about to happen soon, in which Leo's about to be killed by a dragon. He starts training harder, but also kind of brushes it off as a bad dream. But the closer the day gets, the more he realizes that it's real. The day arrives and he tries to get them to run away together, but Leo wants to fight, so she steps into battle. Ragnar tries to sneak attack the leader of this dragon assault, who is the lowest rank of something called a superior dragon. It doesn't matter because he's still demolishing the humans. Ragnar gets swatted away, so Leo gets pissed and tries fighting him one-on-one, but she's no match for him, and he isn't even going all out. Ragnar, while unconscious, talks to his future self, who reveals he is trying to change the past, because Leo's death was the catalyst for his never-ending quest for vengeance on all dragons. The best part about this scene is that his future self calls him out on idolizing this little girl as his hero and relying on her for protection. He rightfully calls him out on being a loser, and I was here for it. I really like how this all came full circle, because for a second there I was like, this MC is kind of trash for looking up to a little girl, but they spun it back around, and I was like, hey, I like what you're doing here. So he apparently trained so hard and so frequently that he fused with his silver blade and continued to train even harder non-stop to start producing this silver energy called Silverin, which allows him to freeze and kill dragons. He trained even harder for years non-stop and developed his own technique called the Silverin Battle Arts. The voice acting when he's saying how he lost so many times, then won, then lost, then won, then lost, was cold as hell. So the future Ragnar fused all of his training, knowledge, experience, and powers into current present-day Ragnar to save Leo and protect those he cares about. So at this point, bro becomes an absolute beast. He freezes pretty much all the dragons in the city just by walking. The superior dragon dude senses him and determines he's on the same level as powerful beings called dragon monarchs, which makes him basically crap his pants. Dude says, no way I'm scared of a human, so he powers up and transforms. But Ragnar easily freezes and shatters this dude. I like how this interaction was built up, because we know this guy is no joke. He's a superior dragon that no one stood a chance against. They didn't even leave a scratch on him. But Ragnar doesn't even break a sweat. He demolishes this dude, basically one-shots him. Leo is saved and Ragnar passes out, but the next morning we see what seems to be a bunch of dragons coming to finish off the city, but it's daytime, so I'm assuming they must be superior dragons or something, because we currently have info that the sunlight incinerates them, so it can't just be standard dragons attacking. Can't wait for episode 2 and to see what happens in the rest of the series. So give this anime a watch. I don't think you'll regret it.